Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It's Friday night and we're going to create some art. Sorry, I forgot my line. I'm always bad at this. I hate intros because it's like I switch to me and then I'm like just like a deer in the headlights. I have no idea what to say. But you guys are used to that by now. There's no secret here. You guys know that I have no idea what to say whenever I'm on camera. We just kind of muddle through it. But anyway, it is Friday and we're going to create some art. It is going to be awesome. And I'm glad you guys are here. Um, I see there's a couple of people in the chat already. We've got Kid in the room. We've got Heidi. We've got Tyler. Hey, that's a party. This is going to be great. If you're wondering what we're doing tonight, I kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit. Every now and then, I do kind of just want to go back to my roots and just do a drawing. And in this case, I wanted to like kind of go back to some charcoal and see how that goes. Um, I am doing a horse because I've got this display coming up. I don't know what to call it. It's not really a show. It's just somebody asked me to like provide some art for like a venue, and and it's very much horse related. So I want to kind of like get some horse pictures done. So I'm going to try to do a horse in charcoal. And the challenge here tonight, I always like to throw in a challenge, is that usually I just do the face of a horse. Like you can maybe see some like behind me. I don't know. I don't know if I have any horse pictures up, but usually I only do the face. I want to do like a full body horse. So the challenge is going to be that the drawing surface is like 9 by 12, so some of these features are going to be kind of small. So I don't know if I can get those kind of details in there, but I'm going to try. So without any further ado, I'm just going to hop right in. It is Friday night. Usually it's pretty low key and we just hang out and have a good time. Um, I can't guarantee this picture is going to turn out well, but I'm going to try. And in the meantime, we're just gonna hang out and talk. I see Q's in the room. Cool. All right. So to kind of explain my process, I like whenever I work in charcoal, I kind of have this like little mess of a kit, and what this is sandpaper, and that's usually how I sharpen my pencils when I'm doing charcoal. And it's kind of hard to see because of the lighting in here, but this is like charcoal powder that results from sharpening my pencils. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use that charcoal powder with this kind of like makeup brush. Um, and that works really well for picking up the charcoal powder. I'm just going to kind of apply like a little tone to this page, something to get me started. And the idea is I kind of want to create movement in this horse. So I kind of want like things kind of going off to the side here. So kind of like a smoky kind of look to it. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. Um, yeah, horses are so majestic. Hopefully this one turns out looking majestic. I don't know. I've done a couple of horses, but I'm not sure how this one's going to turn out because I want like, the head's going to be here and it's going to come down into a body. Usually I just do the head, which, you know, not even when I do the head does it turn out perfect. So we'll just see how it goes. But I did just kind of want to get some tone in here, maybe like just kind of get a little smudging going on. I know it's hard to see on camera, but this kind of gives me like a little bit of a tone to work with. All right, so I may come back to that, but right now I just want to kind of get in some other features real quick. And this part, I'm just going to kind of like, kind of sketch this stuff in. Uh, Nothing at this point really matters. Like, I can kind of blend things and kind of like move things around and stuff like that. It's that whole, like messy phase that we've talked about before and stuff. It's no different when you're working with like something this small. You can still have kind of a messy face. Oh, by the way, what I'm using here is like kind of like a twig charcoal. I think it's called like willow charcoal. I don't know, but they're like little sticks, and I like them. These are pretty cool. It's like a nice little texture down. You can sketch with it really easy. It's like drawing with the stick. I like it. I've mentioned before, like one of the appeals of working with charcoal is that to me, it's very like I like getting my hands dirty, and I like charcoal as a medium just because it feels like you could have just reached into a campfire and pulled the stick out and started drawing with it. I like that aspect of it. I think it's cool. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of like figuring out where some shadows might be in the chest of the horse. I want this horse to be like kind of like super like buff, like a lot of muscle. Horses generally are. Not all horses, I guess, but most horses. In this picture, I want this horse to be like super like dynamic and motion in motion and stuff. So I kind of want to emphasize those muscles. Plus, it kind of gives me the opportunity to practice anatomy of a horse, which is like, always a challenge. I think most people find that a challenge. Like even people who are used to drawing horses a lot, it can be challenging. I'm trying to think, where do I want this to cut off? I kind of want to put that mark in there so that I kind of know where I want this guy to end up. And I think I kind of want the body to come up and around. Again, I'm just kind of sketching at this point. None of this is like set in stone. Just kind of trying to feel my way around and kind of get an idea of where everything is. I think, this other leg is going to end up like right there. So as you can see, the entire horse is going to be in this picture. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge to get details in. But we're up to the challenge, right, guys? Hey, Tyler. You can never come in here without a guess what. So like, I'm fully used to that by now. Hey, Larry, how's it going? Guess what? Aliens came and took your home from you. Is that right, Tyler? Or wait, no. Aliens came. You're out there in Montana raising llamas. Aliens came and kidnapped your llama. Is that what's up? I mean, that must be it. Like I'm pretty confident in that answer. It has to do with aliens and llamas. That's what you want me to guess. So just kind of sketching where the body is. This right here is obviously going to be like the leg. A lot of muscle through here. So like I don't know what these muscles are called. I'm not a veterinarian. I'm not like a horse expert or whatever. But these massive chest muscles in the horse are like just awesome, and they're so fun to kind of like draw and get in there. And then I think this leg kind of comes up here. And again, this is all kind of rough because like a lot of this is just shadow, it's just gonna be shadow. Come down here, get kind of like a head going. I think we kind of want the mane to be up here. Now, notice how all this stuff is nice and soft. A lot of this is going to be soft as well when I'm all said and done with it. I'm just kind of penciling in things right now. That's what's so cool about charcoal. You can just kind of put in these shapes. And this part of the process actually goes pretty quickly. Like you can kind of rough in a sketch fairly quickly, and then depending on how much you want to render it, um, it can take some time after that. But this is also something I need to practice because like I do live in horse country where there's like a lot of horse fields around and stuff. I would love to be able to just go out and draw a horse in the field. And of course, they're not going to sit for you. Like they're not going to just like hang around while you draw them and stuff. So you have to kind of get in these shapes really quickly. Like if the horse was running, I would want to get a lot of this stuff in before it moved. And then you can kind of draw from memory from there. But definitely some shadow underneath the face. Some shadow down here. Kind of like just punching in those shadow areas. All of this is probably in shadow. Let's see. Oh, you played your first gig yesterday. Cool. Congratulations, man. I don't know how I would have guessed that though. I guess I could have guessed that because you're doing a lot of stuff with musical instruments. I should have been able to guess that. Yeah, my bad. That is cool. Tyler, you've been on YouTube before and you sing on YouTube and stuff. I don't know why you don't just make that like a daily habit. I think that would be kind of cool. Like if I can draw pictures daily, I'm pretty sure you can do like a little song here and there. I want that to be your challenge there, Tyler. I know that you're a busy dude and you've got like a lot going on out there, but I think I think that'd be kind of cool if you did that. It's like a little free concert for us. Be kind of like some mane coming off here. I just kind of want the whole movement of it to just kind of be going off to the side over here. Get some mane going up here. I do like horses. Horses are awesome. Yeah, horses are so much fun to draw. Like, I don't know. When you're dealing with charcoal, there's a couple of things that work really well in charcoal, and then there's some things that you can do in charcoal, but it's not really something that I find easy to do. What I like to do in with charcoal is things that are sculpted, right? So like a horse is sculpted. I'm sculpting the form of a horse. Like a portrait. I've done like a lot of faces in charcoal. You're sculpting a face out of charcoal. Figures. So like if you're doing like a human body or something like that, that it's really great for doing things like that because you can get all those shadows in there with the charcoal. So it's really a good medium for that kind of stuff. And it goes down fairly easily. Let's see. I wanted kind of want this one to be over here. Get rid of that one. It goes down fairly easily, and then as you can see, you can kind of just like smudge it to kind of blend it and everything. So it's very versatile from that standpoint. I don't know that I have a lot to say about it, but for those who aren't familiar with charcoal at all, it's a great thing to sketch with. Kind of get some stuff going over here. All right, and then like I said, you can just easily blend it out with your hand. You don't need anything special. I do have some blending stumps and stuff, but you don't really need them. Um, like I can kind of come in here and take some of that sketched stuff and kind of just render it a little bit, just so that I know, where these shadows are, and kind of get the basic shape of the horse in there. Again, I'm not too worried about it. I'm not trying to clean it up too much at this point. I'm just kind of rendering it a little bit. I like that term rendering because that is basically what you're doing here. I don't know how other people use the term, but for me, like rendering is like in 3D modeling where you have kind of a wireframe and then the material over it. You're kind of like rendering into an actual picture. That makes sense. Anyway, let's see what. Guess how many bucks I made yesterday from tips. I have no idea how many bucks you made from tips. I'm gonna say 50 bucks. Q says, I think horse muscles are the same as in humans for the most part. So these would be pecs then. Okay, cool. I have no idea. I mean, I would imagine, yeah, they have, they have like arms and legs and stuff like that. So it does make sense that they would be similar to humans. Uh, I know that they're way stronger though. Like these horses weigh a ton, and yet they can jump over like gates and things like that. It's just nuts. It is nuts how powerful horses are. I think this is a back paw, maybe. Yeah, this bit here. Figure some of this out. I'll worry about like fixing all of this stuff up later. Just kind of want an idea where everything is. And again, this part is meant to go pretty quick. You're just kind of like figuring out basically where everything is in your picture. But I just like so just that. See how the shadows in there. It looks so natural and it's so easy. And feel free to like leave some of this stuff unrendered if you like, lines and sketches and like the sketchy look in your thing. But I feel comfortable kind of rendering some of this stuff just to get the tonal values that I'm looking for, which, it's kind of getting there. It looks like a horse so far, right, guys? Let's see. See if you can get to the next one, Jeremy. And this one should be an easy one for you. The easiest one I've ever given you. Guess what I received in the mail today? An envelope with a stamp on it. That's what you received in the mail today. Am I right? I don't know. Well, no, it's too early for tax refunds. Um, oh, hey, you already told me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So, you got a hat in the mail today. Or maybe that was a package. I don't know. But it was a cowboy hat. I remember you sent me a picture of that. And it looks awesome. I love these guessing games. I'm not very good at them, but so now I'm just kind of smudging in some of these muscles that appear in the face and stuff because they're like a lot like down here there's a lot more shadow to them and stuff than up here. And because it's so small, it's kind of hard to figure out where some of these pieces are. Like, the eye is obviously going to be there, but I'm not really sure the shape of it yet. I'm kind of figure that out. Just getting some of this stuff in here. Again, this can go as quickly or as slowly as you want. I'm just kind of roughing some of this stuff in, because I kind of like the the style where things are like very expressive. But you can take more time with it if you want. I mean, you don't have to create this exact picture anyway. I don't know why I'm saying like, you know, I'm just explaining what I'm doing. I like the soft expressionist kind of look to these things. And then, I'll come back and add some more finer details after I start with the softness. I like to start with the soft bit and then worry about the other stuff later. So how's everybody's week been? Everybody have a good week? Anything you're looking forward to for the weekend? I'm a little sad, and the reason why I'm sad is like so sad. It's sad that I'm sad about this, but I don't know if you guys remember me talking about one of the things I always look forward to this time of year is that fish fry. They went and changed the kind of fish. I went and got that today. I went to my fish fry. I was so excited. It's like the only thing I look forward to this time of year is during Lent. This Catholic church nearby, they have this fish fry every year, and I like to go there and I like to get my fish, and I like to go to the pub afterwards and have a pint of Guinness. And I'm eating my fish and chips, and I got my Guinness. It's like a yearly tradition. I so look forward to it every year. It's really the best fish in the world, and they went and changed it. They changed it. They changed it on me. It went from batter fried to breaded, and I don't know why they did that. And it's just it just ruined it for me. It just ruined the tradition that I just love the battered fish. Again, they had the best kind. It just tasted good. I look forward to it every year, and then they go off and change it. And now I'm questioning things. Now I'm questioning everything. I'm like, what is the point if everything's always changing on you? Sorry, I don't mean to like throw my hands around like in the camera, but like I'm just I'm not ready for change. I hate change. And this is like a time honored tradition of mine. It's the only thing I look forward to every year. And then they go off and change it. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, Heidi, fish fry. Yeah, Lynn, it's the time for fish fries. And I love their fish. Oh my God, it was the best. It was the best fish, best fried fish ever. I don't know why they had to go and change it. And it's like $2 more expensive too. Not that that matters, but you're supposed to have got the grandkids up this weekend, but they're sick. Yeah, tis the season for that too. There's something going around, with everybody I know that like it's some stomach virus. I don't know. All right, so just to kind of recap, kind of started with a little bit of brush just to get some smudging in here. Went with this willow charcoal stick or whatever you want to call it, just to get some of the basic shapes in there, some of the shadows and stuff, and then I kind of smudge them in just to get some of these shadows going. Now I'm switching to a pencil, just so I can kind of start to refine these things. And again, I can still go as rendered as I want. I can leave it like this. I mean, you got a cool little sketch of a horse if you wanted to be really abstract with it. But, you know, I'm doing a live stream. I might as well spend some time on it. But, if you're just doing a quick sketch, this was like what, 30 minutes. In 30 minutes we have a horse. And then this basic horse, I could then take home if I wanted to. Like if I was out in the field or something, I could do this in like 20 minutes or whatever. And then I have this horse that I can bring back to my house and kind of finish off if I wanted to. But I do like charcoal from that standpoint. Now this is the tough part. The tough part is I got to get some of these features in here, but because it's such a small piece, I mean, it's not small, it's 9 by 12, but it's smaller compared to some of the other paper that I've been using, like for my coffee paintings and stuff. Those are much larger. This is relatively smaller. So some of the details and stuff, they're going to be a little bit finer and therefore more challenging, but we're going to get them in there. This is going to be, it's all awesome, guys. It's really awesome. Bob Ross would talk about like happy trees and that stuff. There's awesome trees in my world. That's my catchphrase. But yeah, you can see just little details and stuff. Now I could stop there, right? Or I could keep going. I can kind of get a sense of an eye in here. I can kind of increase some of the shadow around the eye that I didn't have in there before. Just kind of sketch that in. And the cool thing about charcoal is again, you can kind of like blend it and render it really easily. So like just kind of sketch some of these things in, and then I can kind of just smudge it with my fingers and stuff. It's better in my opinion. Like I don't know, maybe somebody might disagree. It's better at doing blending than like graphite. This is why I like to draw with the charcoal over graphite. Now, don't get me wrong, graphite's fun too, and you can do everything that you can do with charcoal and graphite. I just find it easier, and I don't think I'm alone in that. I think that a lot of people who draw prefer charcoal just because of the versatility of it. I don't know. Can't speak for everyone. It's just it seems like a lot of a lot of people start with charcoal. But again, I like it. It just feels like you could just like reach into a campfire, pull it out, and start drawing. In fact, I need to do that sometime. I need to like I say that so often that I just need to prove the point by grabbing some charcoal out of a fire pit and just drawing with it sometime. That'd be cool. Let's see. Yes, Jeremy. Heidi will be painting tomorrow. Oh, cool. She can paint very well. I'd love to see you and her on a live stream painting. Hey, Heidi, if you do YouTube, I would love to check that out. I would love to see your paintings, or just send them to me in general. I would love to check that out. But yeah, that's cool. Like that's the kind of stuff I encourage is for people to do that kind of stuff. So it would be awesome to check out. Heidi says, I don't know about all that, Tyler. Jeremy don't need any of my advice. I'm always asking him for advice. Hey, it's about sharing. So like if you got some tips for me, I'm all ears. You never know what you might pick up. Plus everybody does different kinds of art and stuff like that anyway. So like there's some things that I'm stronger in than others. Like I feel like I'm better at drawing than I am at painting. I'm still working on the painting aspect, especially in some mediums. Oddly, I'm better in coffee than I am in watercolor, which is so strange because they're basically the same thing. So I'm always open for advice and like tips and tricks and stuff like that, especially from somebody who's been working with something longer than I have. Like even charcoal and stuff. I mean, there's people out there who have spent a lot of time working in charcoal, and they may have some nice tips and stuff like that. My week sucked canal water through a straw. I love the way you put things, but looking forward to Seattle tomorrow. Oh, that sounds great. Where are you going in Seattle? Well, I guess Seattle is a city, so like, never mind. That was a dumb question. I meant to say like where are you going in Washington, but obviously like you're going to Seattle. My younger brother just recently, I think last year, went to Seattle, and he went to places like the Starbucks headquarters and stuff like that. And he said that was kind of cool. He was complaining about like the homeless people there, like there was like too many homeless people. I don't know what he meant by that, but he wasn't impressed with that side of it. But he was pretty happy with some of the other things. I would like to go out there and see some of the woodland, like in that area, like not necessarily in Seattle itself, but I would like to go and see like any kind of grunge type stuff because I grew up with grunge, like like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all of that. So like if they have any like museums out there in Seattle devoted to that, that's what I would love to see. It'd be so cool. Hey Hater, how's it going? We are drawing a horse in charcoal today. Just kind of having fun, revisiting some of the, fundamentals of drawing. Because it's always good to revisit those every now and then. I like to go back and do things that I feel like I've accomplished. Like I don't feel like I mastered charcoal, but I feel like I've spent a lot of time with charcoal, right? So there's the tendency to feel like lazy at that point, like, oh, I don't need to learn anything new in charcoal, I've got it mastered or whatever. And that's where you run into trouble if you're not continually improving or challenging yourself. You're setting yourself up for failure. So I like to go back and revisit things that I've spent a lot of time on. Plus, I did mention that, like, this is for kind of like a, not really an art show, but like a display thing. There is the Land Rover Kentucky 3-day event coming up in April. And I know that doesn't mean much to most of you guys, but if you lived in Kentucky, it would mean a lot to you. It's a cross country eventing thing where the horses come out and they ride across the fields and they jump, like logs and stuff like that. And I mean, it's a huge thing. It's like a big event. It's like a 4-star event, I want to say, which is just one step down from the Olympics competitions. And the athletes have kind of like a massage relax room type deal. And I've been invited to, supply some art just for decoration there. So it's not like an art show where any of the stuff's up for sale or anything. It's just going to be put on display. So I kind of want to get some horse type pictures done for that, basically. Oh, photo shoot at Lumen Field. That's cool. Yeah, you'll definitely see the homeless population. I don't know what it is. It's just like out there, out west in those states and stuff. It's just people are struggling really bad. A lot of homelessness, or at least my understanding. I don't live out there. I don't know. So, yeah, I think this is kind of looking cool. Again, the challenge here is that because this is 9 by 12 paper and I'm doing like a full horse, some of these features are actually pretty small and a little tough to get some detail in these that doesn't look like total crap, right? But we'll see. Somebody blowing up my inbox over here. Tyler sending me Discord. I'll check that out later, Tyler. A little busy at the moment. Get another eye going over here. Oh, Hillary's in the house. Hey, how's it going, Hillary? Hopefully you guys are having a good Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. Are there any movies anybody's interested in seeing? Yes, I saw that you sent me some, Tyler. I'll have to check it out afterwards. I'm not really equipped to kind of jump between windows. Like I haven't seen any decent movies come out lately. There's that Argyle movie, but it's getting like mixed reviews. There's the Madam Web thing. Like I know that, yeah, Geppetto's looking chill. Well, you guys kept saying that he looked like distraught or upset or something like that. So I particularly put him in a position where he wasn't looking confrontational, like with his arms crossed or mad or anything like that. You guys think that I don't listen to you guys? I do. I take what you guys say and make adjustments. Anyway, that Madam Web, like I'm into comics and stuff, so like I'll basically go and watch every comic book movie, including like DC, which I'm not really a huge fan of. Like basically, if it's a comic book movie, I'm gonna watch it eventually. That said, there's some movies that just aren't really hitting it, I guess, and I think that Madam Web is one of those. Like I have not heard anything good about it. I've heard like that it's terrible, which is kind of sad. I want comic book movies to do well because I like the genre. And like the whole Spider-Verse thing, I just like the how much potential it's got. Like that Across the Spider-Verse movie, the animated stuff Sony's been doing with the Spider-Man universe, so good. It's so good. And then the live action just kind of sucks, Like I wasn't really into the Venom thing. Other people were. It wasn't really my thing. Just I don't know. It's just like without Spider-Man in these movies, it just doesn't make any sense to me. That said, I might go see Madam Madam Web just because I mean it's a comic book movie. I have to say I saw the Marvels. The Marvels was not great. It wasn't terrible. Um, but I would describe the Marvels as fun. It's on Disney Plus now, so like you don't have to pay to go and see it. So if I do recommend it if you have Disney Plus, just to go and watch the Marvels, um, just because it was fun. It wasn't terrible, but there's like plot holes and it wasn't all that great and stuff like that. But I still went and saw that. Any comic book movie, I'm destined to see. I'm gonna end up watching all of them, even if they're not that great. Okay, Hillary, go take care of the dog. Oh, Bill Goran's in here. Got a new puppy named her Jill. Aw. So Jack and Jill, that's great, man. Tyler wants to know if I saw the movie that was released on Netflix in 2023. There's a lot of movies that were released on. You're gonna have to narrow it down for me, buddy. Did I see the movie that was released on Netflix in 2023? I want to say yes, I saw the movie. Now, is it the same one you're talking about? Probably not. I don't know. But I did see a movie that was released on Netflix in 2023. I just started. Okay, so like there is something on Netflix that I can comment on. I don't know if it's any good. I just started it. It seems kind of interesting. Is House of Ninjas on Netflix. I love a good ninja movie slash TV show. Like especially one that actually treats ninjas like proper ninjas and stuff. So I don't know if that's good. I only started watching the first episode and I haven't made it all the way through. But that's what I'm watching this weekend just to see how that goes. Um, Attack of the Sorry, I can't see that part. Meth Gator? I don't think I saw that one. Um, but yeah, that House of the Ninjas. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but I started watching that, so I will report back to you on whether or not that's good. The the other animated show I saw on Netflix, I can't say enough good things about it. Blue Eyed Samurai. It's not for kids, so like if you're under a certain age, I'm not recommending it to you. But if you are an adult, it is a good uh, animated story. Like everything, the character development, the plot, the story, the artwork is so good. Blue Eyed Samurai, definitely a heavy recommendation. But again, it's not for kids, so like um, if you are under a certain age, ignore that advice. I don't want to get in trouble with your folks. I think this horse is looking pretty good so far. What do you guys think? I rely on your guys' feedback. If you guys think it, man, people are like blowing up my. I'm gonna have to like mute all of Discord. I don't know why people are texting me while I'm. I gotta remember to turn that off. Give me 1 second while I kill Discord. Boom. Quit. All right. Cool. Put that on silence. Um, I've thought about maybe starting a Discord community for you guys, like so that you guys can hang out and talk to each other and share art, things of that nature. I really don't know how that would work though. Like I'm concerned about, I don't know, like keeping it like family friendly. Like art can go all kinds of different ways and stuff. I know that there's some not safe for work art that people I don't have a problem with it. Like I don't mind not safe for work art. I probably would draw some not safe for work art myself, but I don't know if it's really appropriate for kids, and I don't really know how to like kind of screen that kind of stuff. But I've been thinking about things like that. I've been thinking about like different community features so that you guys can kind of like hang out together and stuff like that. Maybe like not when we're not doing a live stream. I think that would be kind of cool. But I just don't know how to do that kind of stuff. I setting up the Discord server, that's like really super easy. Moderating it, I have no idea how that would work. So according to Q, these are the same muscles as what human beings have, and I have not met a dude that is this jacked. Like this horse is like, so if these are pecs and stuff, I mean, this horse is on horse steroids. But I love anatomy. I love doing muscles and stuff like that. Like I would like to do like some figure art. Is that everyone? That's why you're getting. Oh yeah, thanks, Q. Yeah, I shut it off so that I wouldn't get it. It wasn't just that server either. Like a buddy of mine was blowing me up on like DMs as well. But that's okay. I'll check all those out afterwards. Anyway, I do like doing muscles and stuff. So like, I don't know. I would like to do some figure art that's like, family friendly. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I want to keep this wholesome, but also I enjoy doing, anatomy. I think it's important as an artist to tackle things like this, because I think it looks cool. So I do horse anatomy, which is kind of like a little bit close to it. So that's fine. Fabio here. Fabio, yeah. That's okay, cute. Yeah, this horse is basically Fabio. Sorry, I don't know why that's so funny, but that's hilarious. It does look like Fabio. It's got a Fabio. Uh, for the kids that don't know who Fabio is like a male model from like, I don't know, I want to say the 90s. He may have been around during the 80s as well, but he was basically on every romance novel book cover. He's like the go-to person. Not that I read romance novels or anything like that. It's just part of common knowledge. But he had this kind of like swoopy hair, and I don't know. I think this is hilarious though. He had the I I don't know why I'm talking about him in past tense. He's still alive, but he has that look of basically like a pirate um, swashbuckler, just kind of who happens to be like really handsome. I guess I don't know. I don't know how to describe. You can look him up. Google him, Fabio. But this horse looks just like him. But I do like drawing these muscles through here. I think this looks really cool. And probably at some point I'm going to tackle doing um figure art for like humans as well. You know, it's just I think it's important to do. I don't know if that'd be on YouTube or whatever, but you know, you can draw a muscle bound dude or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's basically a lot of what comics is, you know, just really jacked up dudes. Maybe because I can. Google Fabio and Bird. What is Bird? Maybe I don't know that one. So these joints in the horse, these are like really, really pronounced. Kind of like some knots going up in here. And again, I don't want to over render this. I still want it to look kind of drawn, you know? I want it to kind of have that style. I want it to be expressive. I want it to be, you know, even though I'm spending like 2 hours drawing this picture, I want it to look like I just kind of quickly drew it or something like that. Which, you know, is a fine art all in itself, you know. I keep burping up that fish fry. I'm telling you, man, it is so disappointing because I look forward to that fish fry every year. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about this. That's how much I'm into it, where I will describe the fish fry to random complete strangers and stuff. That's how much I enjoyed that fish fry. And then they go off and just a simple thing, you know. I mean, the fish still tasted good. It was like fresh. It was like, you know, tasty. It was all the stuff that fish fries should be, except that it was breaded. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the change. That's what it is. If it was always breaded, I can get into that. I mean, you know, that's cool. But because it used to be batter fried and now it's not, it's just so disappointing. And it's disappointing for like dumb reasons. It's disappointing because life should not change on you. There should be constants. There should be traditions. There should be things that you can look forward to, you know? That's why I'm so upset. It's not so much the freaking fish. I mean, I can get over that. It's the fact that I don't like change. I don't like change. I don't. I want the world to be reliable and you know predictable and comforting. I don't know. I'm taking this very hard. I really am. Hey, Creative Boredom's in here. Cool. Oh yeah, that's right. Fabio did get hit in the face by the bird on the roller coaster. I forgot about that. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it's not really hilarious. I think he broke his nose or something, something bad. Going to bread it from batter is a crime against nature. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. You understand exactly what I'm talking about. It'd be different if it was never that way to begin with, but it was, and it was again, it was the same thing for like, oh man, how long have I been doing this? It's been, I want to say it's been like at least 7 years or something that I've been doing this tradition of going to that church and having their fish fry every Lent, and they just go up and change it, you know, like they didn't even warn me. They didn't even say like, look, Jeremy, you personally may be upset by our changes here. You know, they don't know who I am. I'm just saying. I am personally offended by their changes. And I don't understand it. It's like so easy just to do what they've always done. I don't know, guys. I really don't. I'm disappointed. That's all I can say. I'm so disappointed. I may not recover, to be honest. It's just terrible. It's a crime against nature, just like Tom said. He understands. Tom understands. Davio's like, yay, art. Good to see you, Davio. I feel like I can just kind of quickly put that kind of shadow in, and then you can just kind of blend it out. That's what I love about this charcoal stuff. All right, so there's another leg in here. I'm trying to figure out where this goes, right? So like you have this foreleg. foreground leg. Okay. I think, yeah, I think there's another leg back here. And I don't want to go too nuts on this leg back here because I think it's mostly in shadow. So I'm just gonna kind of shadow that in just so that, suggesting that there's a leg behind there, even though I'm not gonna go nuts on actually drawing that in. I think this actually should be down here. Gonna line that up with that. And you kind of see what I'm doing. So like, I'm not perfect at it or whatever, but I do kind of like relational. So I know that this right here should be kind of lined up with this. So I kind of like line things up, with each other. Yeah, Lorraine. I heard good things about Wendy's. I'm so there's a lot of options for fish. Okay, like it's not the end of the world that my personal favorite has just totally betrayed me, which is kind of what I'm getting at. They betrayed me, guys. They kind of bait and switched me. Is that bait and switched? Anyway, there's a lot of options this time of year for like fried fish and everything. I get that. And to be honest, I'm not even Catholic. I don't participate in Lent. So there's really no reason why I have to have, fried fish or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. They got me a couple of years back. So the church is down the street from a pub. So I would go to the church, I would get my fried fish, and then I would walk a block or two to the pub, and I would have a pint of Guinness. And to me, that was like this experience, right? So like that experience, I just so look forward to it every year. And now it's gone. It's just gone, man. It's just all gone. I am taking this pretty hard. Maybe I'll try Wendy's. It's not about the fish sandwich, really. It's about the tradition. It's about, I'm just I just don't know what to do. It's a betrayal. Welcome back, Kelly. Oh, the dog is very needy. Yeah, my dogs get that way too. You guys have seen my dogs, how needy they get sometimes. Yeah, so I think this is just like a leg back here, and then I think I need to have another kind of leg kind of suggested through here. Not really super detailed or focused. I just need to have a leg back there, I think. And then this leg here should kind of disappear into like some shadows of muscles. A lot of strange anatomy in horses. It's very difficult. Jeremy's non-Catholic Lent fish rant is giving me life. I mean, look, traditions are there for a reason, right? Like I'm not a religious person at all, but even at Christmas and stuff, I'll go to a church and everything. There's a nearby church that has like cookies, and they do like this whole Bethlehem nativity thing where you can go and hang out with camels and stuff. And I don't see camels all that often in my normal life. So at Christmas, I look forward to going and hanging out with camels and eating cookies. Now, I'm not a religious person, but that is a tradition. Is every Christmas I go and hang out with camels and eat cookies. And if they ever change that up, I would be disappointed. It would be like the fish fry. Now, I get that maybe fish and stuff has some sort of symbolism in like religious circles and stuff. I'm not here to diminish that at all. I'm just saying for me that's a battered fish. It's not breaded. I don't know what it's supposed to be in like the Bible or whatever, because like I didn't read that, but my understanding is, at least for me, it should be battered fish. Like there's no point in breaded fish. It doesn't. You will pray to God for me. Oh man. All right. I feel like I've gotten a little off. I've gotten a little off track here tonight, but it is so upsetting because I looked forward to that so hard. I really did. And then they also jacked the price up on me. It used to be $10. Now it's like $12. Like $12 for freaking breaded fish dinner. Urgh. There is some good alternatives though. Like probably I'm gonna have to go and check out Wendy's. I'm sure there's a bunch of other places that have like what I'm looking for. It's not that unique. To be honest with you, it wasn't solely the fish. It wasn't just the fish. It was the whole experience of it. It was like, like you go to this church and like it was down in the basement. So you go down like into the basement. I didn't even go into like the parts with the stained glass windows and all that stuff, all the cool stuff. No, I went into the basement where, there's like little Boy Scouts running around giving people fish and stuff. I mean, there's that. And then you walk out of the basement and you walk down a few blocks to the pub and you have a Guinness. And it just felt very, very real to me. It felt like this very grounded experience. And again, it's the same thing every year. Every year was the exact same thing and stuff. And then this year they just change it without warning for no reason. No reason. There's no reason why they can't just make battered fish or just make battered fish for me. That's all I'm asking. Am I asking for something special? Yeah, maybe, but it's like that's all I care about this time of year. That's how I feel right now about the situation. Well, I'm glad that you guys can listen to me like whine about my fish situation. I'm only half joking here. Like, it's okay. I'm an adult, you know. Things change. I realize that. I'm old enough to realize that life isn't always going to be the way you want it to be. I just thought maybe I had a chance here. Maybe I had a chance for something solid, traditional, always going to be there, not flimsy, something I can rely on. I'll be okay, guys. I'll be all right. Real life, people doing people and food. Yeah, honestly, all joking aside, like it's just food. It just kind of struck me. That's all. It's just very, very strange. Like, why would they change it and stuff like that? I mean, I really did look forward to it every year. It's been the same way. Now I have to find some other new tradition. Maybe it's Wendy's. Yeah, they don't have any British pubs per se. Wait, I don't know. Like there's an Irish pub, but they only recently started introducing food. They always had the policy where you could bring the food there, and that's the pub I'm talking about. So like I would go and get the fish, and I would go to that pub, just because they didn't have like a restaurant. They only recently introduced that. So for all I know, they have fish there. I don't know. Maybe I should give that a shot. I know that in the past they had like Good Shepherd's pie. That was really good. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for, Lorraine. I'm looking for that very British experience. I'm not British either. I'm not Catholic. I'm not British. But for some reason, I want to be a British Catholic guy this time of year. I don't know why. I want to be a British Catholic guy eating fish and chips and drinking a pint of Guinness. Is that too much to ask for? Really? Like, I feel like that's a simple ask. In this crazy world that we live in where you can't rely on anything. I feel like that should be something I could expect, you know. I could expect some fish and chips, and maybe go home and watch Doctor Who or something. I don't know. Yeah, thank you, Mama Q. You understand. You guys understand. It's the change. The change is bad. That's the problem. Change is bad. Why can't things just stay the same? Ah, I just can't take it. It seems like things could just be the same. Like why they have to change? Like it'd be different if it was changing for like the better, right? So like an improvement, I can roll with that. Like if somebody came along and said like, look, Jeremy, you've been eating this fish the same way for like 7 years. We got this new improved fish. all this like even better batter, better batter, better battered fish, right? I can roll with that. I can go with like an improvement, but this is not an improvement. This is a step back. You're more than welcome to become one, Jeremy. Yeah, see, hater, like I want to be a Catholic British guy this time of year and just have some fish and chips. What's wrong with that? But like, yeah, like I said, like I mean, if it was an improvement, but it's not an improvement. It's an inferior product. And I don't know, like, are they trying to like cut corners, save money or something? It seems like it'd be the same cost. I don't. It just doesn't make any sense. I felt like I was robbed of a true better battered experience. Now I just want to say better battered because that's just fun. That's a fun thing to say. Better battered, better battered fish. This horse is brought to you by Better Better Fish. Mushy peas. What's that? Oh, Cheesecake Factory. We do have a Cheesecake Factory around here. I can go there. Yeah, maybe it's a maybe I should look at this as an opportunity. All right, you guys have convinced me. I should look at this as an opportunity to kind of like get out of my comfort zone, branch out, explore some other restaurants, explore some other options for fish and chips. There's nothing wrong with that. But I would like to say, I mean, again, the fish itself was only part of it. It was really that whole experience of like grabbing it, walking down the street, going to the pub. It really did feel like this British experience. Like I've never even been to like the UK or anything like that. It's just stereotypically in my mind that's how British people go and get fish and chips and then they walk to their pub or something. I don't know. That's like how you guys live in over there or something. And then you guys come home and watch Doctor Who, which I love. I love Doctor Who. It's particularly the Amy Pond years. Doctor Who's the best. I'm liking this horse. What do you guys think? You guys liking this horse? Thinking thinking it's actually turning out nice. Irish Catholic is better branding. We're better drinkers. There you go. And it doesn't have to be Guinness. It could be Smithwick's. I'm good with that. I mean, I love some variety when it comes to like the drinks. I'm just saying that the fish and chips need to be breaded. That's all. I'm not breaded. They need to be battered. It's not complicated. I don't know why they screwed it up. I'm going to write. I don't know. Like who do I write to about this? The Pope? I mean, who do I complain to? I'm gonna write them an email and be like, look, guys, you're messing up the fish thing. I mean, I don't know who's the local pope in these situations. Like, there's got to be like some head guy or something, some guy that can change it. I know that the ship probably has already sailed because they, like we're already into like Lent and everything. It's not like they can just start Lent over. So like my options for rectifying the situation, I get it, probably pretty limited, but there's got to be some guy I can complain to who can fix this problem. Maybe I just show up with my own fish or something and say, look, like fry this for me or something. I don't know. Maybe that works. I'll figure it out. I probably am just gonna go to McDonald's to get some McFish. Yeah, McDonald's. I mean, to be honest, like all joking aside, McDonald's got some pretty solid fish. I mean, this is really the season for it too. Like, it's a. Oh, thanks, Lorraine. Yeah, I'm liking how this horse is turning out. I wasn't sure. Like, forget about the fish. I'm gonna get back to the drawing. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. I don't know. Like, I'm obviously I'm emotionally damaged by this fish situation, but I'll recover. I'll be all right, guys. I appreciate your concern. Um, but yeah, I wasn't really sure how this horse was going to turn out because I really I wanted to get, these anatomical features like the muscles and stuff like that in there. I wanted to get the form. I wanted to sculpt a horse, but I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out in this limited space because this horse is comparatively small. Like if I really wanted to like do a proper horse, I should be doing this on like really big paper. So I was kind of concerned about that, but this is it's looking all right, guys. Hmm, like I wish I was as jacked as this horse. This horse is like ripped. Um, if this horse was competing around here, I would definitely have this horse checked for performance enhancers. We're gonna call this horse Fabio because he definitely looks like a Fabio. But some of the same principles that I've talked about, like in other drawings and so on, basically any kind of art that I've created in the past, the process is basically the same. You're trying to get the shadows in there, those tonal values, and you're trying to get the highlights in there, and you're trying to make all of that work together. So you're done when all those shadows and those highlights and stuff look realistic. And until then, you're just kind of building it up little bit by little bit. And you don't have to do all this rendering that I'm doing with the blurring and things like that, but like you can use it like, or you can leave it like cross-hatched or, whatever works for you, scribbled for all, like if that's your style or whatever. It's just, I like the blending aspect of charcoal, so that's what I do. Oh, you always crave a fish. Let's see. Oh, um, oh, taking a coffee breaker. I should say a break from coffee. I like to kind of vary it up a bit. Like I don't want you guys to have to watch the same thing every time. I am really invested in doing the coffee art, but that doesn't have to be everything that I do. Like I want to kind of switch it up every now and then. Plus, I like the simplicity of drawings every now and then. Like a drawing like this helps me unwind. So it's just, a little bit of variety, that's all. For some reason, I always crave fish sandwich when I'm not feeling well better than chicken soup. I hear you. I really do. Um, for some reason, I crave tacos when I'm not feeling well. No, not just tacos, chili. For some reason, whenever my stomach's upset or something, I want chili for some reason, which is like the worst thing. But yeah, I feel like whenever I'm not feeling well, I want like a chili dog or like just a bowl of chili or something for some reason. So your fish cravings and stuff that makes a lot more sense than my cravings. I don't know. Hater says, Jeremy, I'd love to have you over. I would definitely whip up a mouth-watering vodka battered fish. Nice. That does sound good. Bear wants to say hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hi to him. No, it's not time yet. We're still drawing. But I am liking how the source is turning out. Lay down. All right, so the other thing that you can do, and I've talked about this in the past when I do like charcoal pictures, is you can you can get all of this tone in here, right? So like you can get all this shading in and so on, and you can kind of blend it out and stuff like that. But then like say you wanted to add like highlights to that, there's two ways you can do that. You can use, like white charcoal, or in this case pastel, or you can use your eraser to kind of lift some of this tone up. So if I come in here and I do this like lifting and stuff, you get kind of some nice highlights in Fabio's hair here. So that's kind of a neat effect. This is like one of the key features of charcoal in my opinion, is that you can use these erasers to kind of like lift up like one of the essential techniques that's in your tool belt. You use the eraser to kind of lift those things up and create highlights. Now, if you're using tone paper, it's even easier because like you can come back with the white and so on. But this is all like one single tone or what this is all white. So like in order to get the highlights, you have to lift up charcoal. Sorry, I'm not making any sense. That's okay. Totally Fabio hair. That's funny. Probably get some other little like swooshes. I'm gonna go back to this because I do kind of want some like kind of want some swooshes and stuff going on back here. Not necessarily a like the horse's tail or anything like that. I just want it could be smoke for all I care. I don't know. I just want to create that movement. And this twig charcoal, whatever they call it, is pretty good for that. So like you can kind of like smooth it out. It becomes kind of smoky, which is cool. Yeah. And then gonna come back and fix some of this stuff up. A little bit more definition on that leg there. Hater, if you make it bourbon back. Yeah, for real. Now I'm thinking like I bet you can make bourbon battered fish. Maybe that's the message here. Maybe that's the reason why I was led to this point where I'm disappointed in my fish options just so that I can explore other options and come to discover bourbon battered. I mean, it just rolls off the tongue, bourbon battered fish. That does seem like a thing for real. Bourbon battered fish. Oh man, I kind of want to go back out and get some fish today. Like, I don't know. I was so disappointed in that fish that I want to go out and get some real fish now. I really do. Like maybe I'll do that after this, or maybe I'll have like Uber Eats or something deliver it. Do they have Uber Eats in foreign countries? Like, is that a thing over in the UK? All right, so from this cheek here, this is where the rump kind of forms. Bringing it back to the art itself, and then that kind of comes down and around, and then that kind of comes back into the body. Yeah, about like this, and then this bit here kind of comes back around. Again, I don't really want to kind of like I just want to kind of leave this sketch. So just putting in this suggesting that's where the body is and stuff, I think is enough. I don't feel like I have to like really go crazy on that. Just these lines here I think are great. I will put a little bit of smudge here just to kind of let you know this is where the belly ends and the butt, the rump, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what this part's called. Just kind of create that little separation there, but otherwise I just kind of want to leave this kind of a little bit a little bit rough or just kind of sketched. I like that. And darken this up. Now down through here, I feel like I can darken in some of these features. It really is just kind of refining things. So like I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, okay, this back leg really needs to be a little bit darker. I can kind of get a little bit more defined with that. Back here, this is kind of like, I don't even know where this leg goes. So there's obviously a horse has four legs, right? So you have the first one leg, you have a second leg here, you have a third leg back here. I don't even know where this fourth leg goes. I just know that it has to be there. So I'm just suggesting a fourth leg back here, which I think is fine. It doesn't have to be all fully done. That love the mane. Yeah, it's definitely got this this Fabio look to it. I love that Q said that. 'Cause basically, this horse is Fabio now. Okay, quit scratching at the floor. All right, so let me try to get a little bit more definition going in this nose. And we'll get a little bit of a. So horses have all kinds. So there's some predefined kind of shapes of blazes on a horse. This one is kind of I want to say it's like a nip, but I'm not sure if that's the correct term for it. But they have just like little bits on their nose, and then there's also the like a more defined blaze up here, which I think is cool. We're doing on time. We're doing pretty good on time, actually. Like honestly, this is the type of horse that I might see out in the fields around here. So I like that I'm able to draw it as, comparatively to some of the other pictures that I've drawn and stuff. This one's gone pretty quick, which is cool because like, horses are fast moving creatures. You have to capture them pretty quick. So I am pretty happy with that. I've had beer battered, but never bourbon battered. Yeah. So like, I mean, I wouldn't expect a church, maybe. I mean, it is a Catholic church, but I wouldn't expect a church necessarily to have beer battered fish. But that's what it tasted like to me. It's like when it comes to like, no, don't get me wrong. I do like some breaded fish fries, but I feel like that should be like catfish or something like that, not cod. Like catfish, it makes sense to be like catfish. That goes back to like when I was a kid, like because I was raised in the South. Most of my extended family is from South Carolina, so I am not a stranger to breaded catfish. You know, sometimes on a Friday. That was more like of a Sunday kind of deal. Um, so I'm not a stranger to that, but this is not catfish. So like I feel like it's a different standard. I don't know why I'm still talking about this. Obviously, I'm deeply affected by this whole fish situation. I'm surprised that I'm still talking about it, but it really did like emotionally damage me. Like I'm affected, guys. I just think it's funny. Beer battered is wait, hold on. If you are a fried fish enthusiast, urge you to give vodka batter a try. I have honestly, I've never heard of that, so like I am definitely going to seek that out now. Even if I have to make it myself, I've got vodka. I can fry fish. Um, so I might look up a recipe and give that a shot. But let's see, the outcome is astonishing, and the crunchiness it brings to the fish at the end will leave a lasting impression you won't forget. That sounds like the kind of fish I want, to be honest. That sounds like good, authentic fish fry. Um, let's see, beer battered is best with whitefish, bourbon. Bourbon is the bomb with salmon. Thank you. All right, so now that is true. Not as a fried salmon. I've never actually heard of fried salmon, but as a sauce with salmon, bourbon goes great with that, especially if you mix it with I don't know, like orange or something like that, like an orange bourbon glaze or something like that with your salmon. Absolutely. I am going to 100% agree with that. You need to open a restaurant and put that on the menu 100%. Like Mama Q, it sounds like Hader and Mama Q needs to open a restaurant together and, serve up some decent fish. I feel like you guys understand the fish situation. I feel like you guys have a full grasp of like what the problem is, how this went wrong, and what they need to do to fix it. Sounds to me that they need to. And now they also have salmon, so like you can. I think this is for people who don't like fried stuff. So like at this particular church, you can get the fried fish, you can get fried shrimp, and you can also get like a baked salmon or something if you're not into like the fried stuff. Because like it's a church, they have old people there that can't be eating like fried stuff, or like shouldn't be eating fried stuff because like I don't know, like heart attacks or whatever. Um, so they have that as a healthier option, the baked salmon. Oh, yeah, it was cod. Sorry if I didn't make that clear. It was cod, which, you know, I feel like I feel like there's rules for cod. So they did have the salmon. I could have got that if I wanted to, but again, it's all about that fried fish and chips. That's what I have in my mind: fish and chips, and then I walk over to the pub and I have a Guinness. It's been the same way for like 7 years now, at least 5 years. I don't know. I kind of lost count. Basically, you have Mardi Gras, and then it's like you put in your fish order. Yeah, it's a good venting session. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do appreciate that you guys are letting me vent about this fish situation. Like it even matters. Like it doesn't. Like you guys show up for the art, and here I'm talking about like my fish problems. How during Lent I'm not getting my proper fish that I fully expect. And again, I should definitely acknowledge that like I really have no right to complain because I'm not even supposed to be celebrating Lent. I'm like a hanger on here. I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist at their fish fry. To be honest with you, like if you go back years to when it first started, I was nervous. I'm not a member of the church. I didn't know anybody in the church. It's not like I came there with a friend or anything like that. I just saw the sign and I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm gonna go get some fish. So I already felt uncomfortable being there and stuff. I'm literally a tourist in their fish fry. I really shouldn't be complaining here. But they had me hooked. They got me. They got me. Thank you, Davio. Yeah. So I'm from Alaska, so I use cod for bait. That's great. Yeah, so you got a blaze here, and it kind of comes down thin line into like a snip on the nose. So that's what we got going on in Fabio the horse here. But what I like about it is like you got the motion here. So like this horse is running, it looks pretty good. I'm going to probably going to screw it up, but I'm going to go back into that charcoal powder that I had and just kind of, you know, get some more motion going down here just to kind of like, increase that motion. Just to give like a little bit of ground movement and stuff. Maybe that's a bit much, but that's okay. I can lift some of that up. Kind of cool texture. Which, all that blurring and stuff means I need to come back in here and kind of redefine some of these things that kind of got a little blurred out. But that's okay. I wasn't 100% happy with this. I want to say paw, like this hook over here, because like this right here should be a ball, which it wasn't, I don't think, before. And then that should come down into, the curve of the hoof. I don't know why I want to call it a paw. It's a hoof. Looking cool. I like that. Get some of this tone down here. I'm pretty happy with that. And then I think really get that motion going, kind of use this eraser to kind of lift some of this up in streaks. The cat's going nuts back there. Woo. Meow. Meow. So, you know, just kind of get some dust going and stuff like that. Sorry, I've completely been ignoring the chat. I tried making batter using Jack Daniels. It was awful. Yeah, I can see that maybe. I do think that like bourbon or just whiskey in general probably makes a good glaze on like the salmon, like we mentioned earlier. Let's see. This is Chiz with your fish fry hooked. Yeah, had me hooked. I didn't even realize I said that. Yeah, the church had me hooked like a fish fry. Like, I mean, that's a whole stick, right? Like fishermen and all that stuff. I remember that from like when I was a kid, and I used to spend a lot more time in church. Um, Dusty charcoal. I was gonna say that the way the hooks looks. Yeah, the I don't know. This hoof, I'm not completely happy with it, but it's a minor thing. You know, it's kind of tucked behind this other hoof, so I'm okay with that. I'm pretty happy with this. So like you got some movement going down here, which is cool. Not completely happy with how that looks, but I can tinker with it more. All right. Oh, hello, Bear. Bear, you want to come in here and say hi? Yeah, your timing's off, buddy. It's only like 1:30. We've only been doing this for an hour and a half. Bear just wants to get in the shot. Bear is such a good dog. She's so sweet. She really is. Yeah, so the charcoal dust Davio is like I wish so it comes in a jar. You can get some, but I just grind my own. Like I basically use sandpaper to sharpen my pencil, and then that charcoal dust I use for like other feature or like other purposes. So like um it's great for like this background, you know, just to add some tone. Theoretically, I can use it with a blending stump or something to like basically draw with if I wanted to. I don't think I'm gonna, but you know, there's a bunch of different things you can do with the charcoal powder. Let's see. Well, this is kind of like just lost back here, which is fine. I'm gonna blend all of this out. I don't think it needs to be super defined. So I use both like a blending stump and my fingers. It doesn't really matter. Whatever rocks your boat. But I do like to like kind of blend some of this stuff out so that it kind of loses focus, especially through here. Because like this isn't the focal point. The focal point is probably the face. So none of these other things have to be all that well defined. When it comes to the hair, I do like to add, you know, at least three layers, or at least three different visual sides of it. There you go. So you got your deep shadows through here, right? You got your kind of like mid areas through here, and then you know you come back with like the eraser and you add like a highlight above it, and that those three things kind of make for like realistic hair. Sorry, that cat's going nuts back there. Oh, your father's a commercial fisherman. Oh wow. There is another bear trying to run. Mama Q. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. Bear. I shouldn't have named Bear Bear. Like Bear is Bear's her name, right? So she's she's not going to answer to anything else. But really, I should have named her Bandit because she's always trying to steal food. She's got she's got that mask to her face. If there was another name, it would definitely be Bandit. The other thing about charcoal, you can kind of go over it several times. In fact, I actually recommend it. Go over it, blend it in, go over it again, blend it in. Just keep piling it up, until you feel comfortable that you're done. But the more you do that, the more you kind of like basically lay it down and then blend it in, lay it down and then blend it in. You get these like layers, right? And the layers create this realistic kind of look to it. So, through here in the muscles and stuff, some of it's shadow, some of it's highlight. The more I cat, shut the hell up. Shush, go lay down, okay? We did your picture last week, remember? I don't think Arch was happy with the picture I did of him. Anyway, so like you create this like I don't know this depth to the body here. So just going back and forth over it. I think that looks really cool. Cat, go lay down. Freaking psycho dad, cat. Cat's like, no. And then, come back over with the eraser to create these kind of like highlights, which is like, I don't know, places where the muscles are catching the light or something like that, if that makes sense. So you really shouldn't have any like white areas. Like for example, here you see this white area. Go ahead and tone that in, blend it out, right? Now it looks kind of like a mess. Then you come back with your eraser and add some highlights to it. That creates more realistic muscles. If you're looking for like actual tips. If you're just watching, to see a horse appear on the page, that's cool. But if you're looking for like tips of working with charcoal, that's a great one. So again, right here, see this? That's like white area, no tone. Let me go ahead and tone that in. Kind of blend that in. Now I've got a gray. Doesn't look all that great. Come in, add some highlights. Get some realistic looking muscles in there. And then if you want to, you can add some shadows in to kind of like give that a little bit more 3D appearance. Cat, you don't have anything to talk about. I don't know what you're talking about back there. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can hear that cat back there. It's like going nuts. Cat's like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, rrr." So you can end up with like a muddy mess and stuff, but the more you work with it, the more, things start to take shape. And you can just kind of repeat this process until you're like happy with it. Like there's no reason why you have to like, stop at any particular point or feel like you need to go further. Like this looks realistic enough. I can just stop right now. It's kind of on you. But I do like to add like little bits of like I don't know. Like, I mean, it's muscle, right? So like rippling. I don't know. It's a nice little. I just like creating the three-dimensional look of this with all these shadows and highlights and stuff. It really just looks really super realistic. I guess I don't know. It's hard to say. See. Can't wait to watch how this ends up unfolding. Oh, this is gonna be good. Karma comes around and goes around. I don't know what you're talking about, Tyler. Um, I still say this horse looks majestic. Thank you. I appreciate that, Heidi. Tone and flow. Yes, exactly. He is singing to you. Yes, the cat is singing to me. I don't know what the problem is. Um, Kitty sees a ghost. Probably. Yeah, like you guys can see the cat back there. It just goes over the door and stares at the wall. MJ says, "Hi Jeremy, very nice, thank you. No, the charcoal is on you. Yes, the charcoal is on me. Um, is this the only drawing that's going to be in the show? No. Thank you, Heidi, for coming back to that. So again, it's not really a show. It's just basically decorating the athletes area of the equestrian event. So, well, I guess it is a show, but it's not an art show. Uh, yeah, so like in theory, there will be some other artists in there as well. But I've been invited to like kind of just basically bring whatever I want. So this horse will be part of it probably because I'm liking how it looks. But then this is just a 9 by 12. I need other pictures. I think I'll probably take my coffee horse, maybe even draw another coffee horse for it. Yeah, chill. Okay, chill. So I'll probably include my coffee horse with it, and then I might actually paint a horse, like in like watercolor or acrylic or something, just to kind of give some variety. Like I want people to go in there and be like, "Wow, look at this wide variety of like artists here and stuff." But it's just me, you know. It's just me with a bunch of different styles. All right, these animals are going nuts, so I'm probably gonna like wrap this up soon. But I think we're pretty close to being done anyway. I mean, it's just a horse, you know. Like, kind of run the risk of like adding too much at some point. Get some, but I like it. I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, it looks like a horse, right, guys? Not just my imagination, which would be totally fine, you know. Let me get some like little wisp. What is wrong with these animals? They're all going nuts. I did kind of want like some little wisps and stuff. This vine charcoal is really good for that kind of stuff. Like if you just want to like little wispy areas and stuff. I think that looks cool. Yeah, I like this. Pretty good horse. All right, so I think that's I think I am gonna probably wrap this up. The animals getting kind of crazy. Ah, Davia says fucking great. That's a great compliment. I like that. Um, I could probably do some more definition with the you know, this chest area. Maybe get some more shadow through here. These dogs are going nuts. All right. But I think I'm going to call this done. The animals are going just kind of like ape shit. So, yeah. Lots of great movement. Thanks, Tom. Fabio is fabulous. Sorry. Had a great time at the event. I will. I think it'll be great. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, guys, calm down, okay? I don't know if you guys are familiar with cross country eventing in horse sports, but it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. All right. Anyway, they're going nuts, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys like this picture. I'll go ahead and put that up on the community tab. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Friday night. These guys are gone nuts. I don't know. Maybe there is a ghost or something, but they're really super excited for some reason. Hey, Bear, come over and say hi. Come over and say hi. Arr. Arr. All right. Anyway, Bear wanted to say hi. All right. Let me let you guys go. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. And bye. Have fun. See ya. Freaking dogs. Bye.